Carli Lloyd, the first U.S. player to score 15 or more goals in 3 consecutive calendar years. She's now just 6 goals away from becoming the 6th U.S. player to hit 100 goals. Our pregame show is sponsored by AT&T. Just 2 summers ago, Carli Lloyd officially took over the mantle as the best women's player on the planet, courtesy of her commanding performances in Canada en route to the U.S., claiming the FIFA Women's World Cup title. It led to international opportunities and fame and recognition beyond what she could ever imagine. But in the end, Carli Lloyd is still all about the game and being true to herself, as our Jenny Taft found out.
Carli, in the book you talk a lot about sacrifices, and I love the title because I think there's so much that goes into being a member of the national team.
The title is really, when nobody was watching, it's basically all of the moments behind the scenes where I was working on holidays, out in the snow, just doing everything possible to get to the top.
I love the first line, I don't do fake.
Well, I think I've been a little misunderstood over the years. I maybe had a strut or an air about me. I think now people really get me. So the I don't do fake is exactly what it says. I'm real, I'm genuine, I'm loyal, I have people's backs. I do like to steer away from the drama because I think it sort of takes your focus away from going out there and getting the job done.
There have been distractions. If you think about Hope Solo, when we talk about Megan Rapinoe and her kneeling during the anthem, you guys have had to deal with a lot of attention from the media with a lot of different angles.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I know Megan feels very strongly about why she's kneeling. I've had several conversations with her and totally respect what she's doing. I think with Hope's situation, it's a sum of a lot of things that have kind of happened throughout her career.
You two are close on and off the field. Do you see her coming back?
I'm not sure. I know that she's, wanted to start a family. She has this surgery that she's, recuperating from. So I'm not sure. She's one of the best goalkeepers of all time. Probably the best that will ever suit up in that position. And hopefully in 6 months' time, they can, work it out between her and U.S. Soccer and she can rejoin the team.
There is always competition. There's always someone else who's trying to get in the mix. How challenging is that as a teammate?
There's going to be new faces. There's going to be motivation and hunger in these players. They haven't experienced this yet, so they're going to be fired up and ready to go. And you mix that with some of the players that have been around, and it's going to be great.
You said that you are the future.
This is what U.S. needs.
The future looks good.
There are going to be some tough moments for players. There's going to be change. There's going to be cuts. I think Jill has been very transparent. These next couple of years is based solely on performance. It doesn't matter if you've won a World Cup or if you're FIFA World Player of the Year. You have to perform. I have to perform.
Carli Lloyd has delivered again.
Will this be your last cycle with the national team?
Yes, that's the plan. 2020, finish up at the Olympics in Tokyo. Hopefully another World Cup win, another Olympic win.
World Player of the Year. It is the Carli Lloyd Show.
She's a warrior.
It's going to be over in a blink of an eye, and I want to have no regrets looking back. I want to enjoy every moment. It's always an honor to suit up. I never want to take this for granted. They're just amazing moments every time I step on the field.
31 goals in her last 33 matches. That captain's armband affixed to her bicep. But what is the future on this team for Carli Lloyd?
Well, right now, Carli Lloyd is the best player in the world. She's the captain of the team. She's one of the leaders. I mean, who can tell if she's still on the team in 2020? But she's a big-time player, and when she's playing well, and she's playing well, she's unstoppable. When she's not playing well, she can be sometimes a liability, but I think she's kind of moved past that in her career now. She's adding to her game. She's become a better passer. She's not just a scorer. And don't forget, she's the greatest clutch scorer in big-time games in the women's.
Greatest, better than Mia, better than Michelle.
Big games, Michelle Akers and Carli Lloyd are the two greatest. You got to give Carli Lloyd the edge because she's won 2 Olympic games with goals and her hat trick in the 2015 World Cup.
Jill Ellis has had to deal with a lot of stuff over the last couple of years. And it's not just coaching, it's managing. I'm curious to hear, and I know you've talked about it a little bit, and we heard it in the piece with Carli where she talked about the situation with Hope and the situation with Megan. If you were the coach during those times, how would you have dealt with? Because this isn't AYSO, this isn't everybody plays. You saw Carli talk about how you have got to perform, but there's also a recognition that sometimes, you know, if it's a good player, you have to deal with some of this stuff and some of the baggage that comes with these players. How would you have dealt with something like Megan in terms of kneeling for the national anthem, or Hope Solo in a continual type of basis?
Yeah, very complicated situations, but I know that Jill Ellis has said to me, I'm looking to make camps and tournaments less complicated. I mean, Hope Solo, to be honest, needed to be sorted out a number of years ago. There's a culture within the U.S. national team. She needed to be fit in or move on. Now, because she was so good, the best goalkeeper probably ever to play in the women's game, she's been kept around. I think they need to create a path for her to get back on the team, but it shouldn't be with the U.S. national team. It should be now with the Seattle Reign or with whatever professional team she plays with, so she has a path to come back in. Right now, Nair and Harris should be getting the bulk of all the caps. As far as Megan Rapinoe, I believe in America you should have the opportunity to protest, and I respect her protest when she played for the Seattle Reign. But when you make a decision to come in and play for the USA, wear their colors, then I think you need to stand for the national anthem. It's just my opinion. But what makes America great is the fact that you can protest.
Back to Carli Lloyd real quick. This will be her final game of the calendar year for the U.S. women's national team. She will not be playing in the 2 November games versus Romania because she's getting married. So early congratulations to Carli Lloyd and her husband-to-be. That's Minneapolis, the scene for the U.S. and Switzerland. That beautiful new stadium, the home of the Vikings. Big crowd on hand for the U.S. and Switzerland. That one's next on FS1. And when that one is done, we're back out here to Los Angeles. MLS Decision Day, FC Dallas, and the L.A. Galaxy. But first half from Minneapolis coming your way on the backside.